Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Fortress Comic News, episode 270. I am one of your hosts, Chris, alongside my co-host. Now, even better, with all the antibodies, it's Mike.
Yep, I got the vid last week. It sucked, but here I am. I recovered, did my quarantine for 5 days, and I'm back to normal, I guess, from what I hope. I mean, normal, who knows how good normal is for me, but I'm here, so.
Well, now you're better than ever. You got all those antibodies.
Yeah, I got the protection. And all the nanobots from the vaccine, but we won't talk about that. We have Mr. Blake McCarthy back on the show today. We're going to talk about Territory Issue 3 coming out to Kickstarter soon. That's a big favorite of Chris and I's, because Chris and mine, I don't know. It's a big kaiju story with big monsters. So what more is there to love?
Good stuff.
Usually some amazing variant covers, like retro wave colors with giant monsters. Just good shit all around. So look forward to that. Got a little bit of news. Have some disappointing flashbacks this week. So maybe I'll just jump into that before we talk about the good shows.
I got a fun Fortress fact before we get going.
Oh, what's the Fortress fact? Let's hear it. I didn't know about this one.
All right, so we talked about last week. We're doing new merch starting July 4th.
Yep.
If you're watching the video, bam!
Oh, wow. He's got the sketch.
I got the original.
Damn. That's awesome. Yeah, we did tweet this out. The poster is finished. We have the original sketch. It's going to be used for a variety of whatever you want, and we're going to use it for a poster. So look forward to that. I just need to hit the weights a little harder.
That's what I see when I look in the mirror, so I don't know.
Chris and I are both just bodybuilders, but we're just 90s action heroes. No, I love the art, and I tweeted out, tagged the artist Todd, I believe. Did a great job with it. Took our idea and just expanded upon it. It looks amazing. So yeah. Kudos to him. Yeah. So you said July 4th, everybody look forward to that.
July 4th.
Yeah, just a couple weeks away. Okay. Pat's flashbacks, everyone. Mostly another filler episode, of course. This is for Flash Season 8, Episode 17 and 18. There's only a few episodes left. And there's a lot of crap in here, but there is something that is like a slap in the face to the fans. Basically, Pat thinks there's 3 episodes left, so Mina Dawn or Dawan he thinks is working with Eddie Thawne to get his powers back, and then he can fight Barry. But I think they're going to realize that Thawne is evil and will help Barry defeat him, maybe eventually. There's 2 different stories. The citizens to plan to release a story revealing the identities of a gang. This gang attacks the citizens, and there's a whole side story there. There's a B story, though, with a new speedster in town, Chris.
Shocking.
Yeah, and Pat knows you're already very excited that they have another speedster. And Barry thinks that it's Thawne that got his powers back. But Thawne supposedly, locked away in Iron Heights, so Barry and Thawne talk like a game of cat and mouse. The new speedster is a scientist, Mina Dawn, aka Fast Track / Negative Flash. She tells Barry she found a way to give herself temporary speed, so Barry offers to train her. So the next episode, and Pat even says he's not even excited to watch these shows. I don't blame him. I don't know how he's still doing it after all this. But there's a part, if you remember, if anybody remembers, like there was all the rumors about John Diggle being Green Lantern.
Mm-hmm.
Well, they addressed that in this episode. So there's a whole story that I didn't want to get into, but because this part is kind of upsetting to me. Barry leaves somewhere, and John Diggle steps out of the shadows. Diggle's visiting Thawne to help him with open this magic green box that came out of the sky after Oliver's funeral. Everybody assumed it was going to be the Green Lantern ring, obviously, because it's a glowing green box. And they had revealed in the show that John's was stepfather. John's stepfather had the last name Stewart, as in John Stewart. You know, the Green Lantern. So John Diggle was John Stewart, I guess. So Thawne helps him open the box and makes him see some cosmic shit. It scares Diggle. He throws the box and it disappears. He says that he doesn't want the power or responsibility and just wants to spend time with his family. Yeah, why would they set all that up? And then just to have him throw away the ring.
You went through all that. See, we talk about comic science a lot. This is CW science here.
Yeah.
Like, let's take a character that people want to be something else, find a way to change their name,
and
then not give the people what they want.
Yeah. I don't know. There's some after credits scene where they talk about bringing Killer Frost back because it was a terrible idea to get rid of her. And then the Still Force shows up in another character's jail cell. They're just recycling shit now, man. They're creating they're creating fake stakes. Like, oh, we got rid of Killer Frost, which was a terrible idea for us to do. So we're gonna tease you with bringing her back because that's the thing. We should have just kept her there.
Yeah, CW for you.
Anyways, let's talk about TV news, everybody. Marvel has greenlit another C-list hero for Disney Plus. They tapped writer Andrew Guest and director Daniel Cretton to bring Wonder Man to live action. No other details, but it's an early development. Wonder Man. All right, so they're grabbing the bottom of the barrel now, huh?
Yeah, I did see theories that it's going to be like a satire of Hollywood and all this stuff.
That would be interesting.
Like, there's some interesting stuff they can do, but this is a tough one because everybody wants Nathan Fillion to be Wonder Man.
Yeah, right. I mean, you have to.
Yeah, and at this point, if you don't cast him, you bet the guy, whoever you pick, better be so much better that makes everybody forget about it. Because
yeah,
you're kind of damned if you do, damned if you don't.
Yeah, yeah. I guess Wonder Woman to me would be like the Marvel version of Booster Gold, almost, right?
Kinda, yeah.
If that's the direction they're going with,
a little jokey. I mean, he's got actual superpowers, but
right,
his demeanor and everything is similar. Yeah, so yeah, it's a pretty good analogy actually.
Because I wanted Nathan Fillion to be Booster Gold so bad. You know, maybe one day, maybe. Yeah, so that's cool. Let's talk about some shows we watched this week. Obi-Wan finally gets it, man. After episode 5, it sucks that there's only one episode left. I think, right?
I believe so. Yeah.
I feel like we haven't got much. I feel like there wasn't enough Obi-Wan in these 5 episodes, to be honest. So this episode was the best, hands down, I think, because they do the thing we said. We're like, okay, and they did this in the comic too with the Obi-Wan book, where him and Anakin are having a flashback, training, and then they flash between that and an interaction with them in the real time, and how they've grown from this training and how they still fall for the same shit. Or how Obi-Wan didn't see the signs of he saw the signs of Anakin wanting to be Vader, but he thought he could train him through it and shit like that. That's what you show in an Obi-Wan show. I don't know why it took 5 episodes to get there. but the lightsaber fight was great with the flashback.
Yeah, I mean, the episode was siege on Obi-Wan's little outpost, a cool battle scene, a death, a pretty significant death, and then they flee. I'll tell you what, though, I popped hard when, and it tricked me too, because when they took off and Vader ripped the ship out of the sky and then just tore it apart.
Yeah.
I was just like, finally.
Yeah, that
I've
was
been waiting
sick.
for that scene in live action for years.
But then it shows Obi-Wan getting the upper hand with the decoy ship because he knew Anakin would be an asshole like that.
Yeah. Great scene, great back and forth, and then I called it in episode 1. Grand Inquisitor isn't dead.
Apparently, like, people are just not dying from lightsaber stabs anymore.
It'd be interesting if they explained it, but
right.
I knew from the like we talked about back then, it creates a huge plot hole if you kill him. So there's no way he's dead. My one complaint was that I didn't like the chick's turn to the good side. Even though, I mean, she kind of didn't go to the good side, but, you know, close enough. That whole, like, let's get the bad guy to do good at the end thing. It's like, it is a Star Wars thing, so I should love it, but I don't know. I kind of wish that it didn't take that direction.
It was really abrupt, and I think it had to do it because there's only a few episodes. But, like, I mean, obviously she was there to kill Vader because she was one of the younglings from the start. So, like, but also, I don't know. If she had, like, and it's interesting because, like, I don't know if it's almost like, I want to say, like, Obi-Wan almost, like, use the Force to convince her or some shit, but
maybe, yeah,
you know, because there's the whole scene where they're talking to each other through the door, and he, like, puts his hand on the door, and at that instance, I was like, is this dude, like, Force manipulating her? Because that was like he put his hand on the door and he knew she was in pain, so he, like, reached out with the Force, I guess. I thought that was pretty cool because it was up to, like, interpretation of, like, whether this dude's just talking her down or he's actually, like, feeling her pull to both sides of the Force or some shit like that. So
yeah,
I thought that was pretty cool.
That minor complaint aside, because the way they did it was okay. It's been happening so much in, like, Star Wars related media where it's like the bad guy turns. I'm like, ugh, okay. But what I did love was the fight between her and Vader. When, like, Vader had the upper hand and could have just ended it, and he's like, nope, and he took the saber in half and, like, handed her one. It's like, I'm gonna fight you one-on-one, and we're gonna see.
Dude didn't even use his own saber.
Yeah, that was pretty awesome.
Yeah,
I like the characterization there. I like thought the fight was cool. Like, there's so much.
Yeah, it was a great episode. It just sucks that, like, we get one more, you know.
Yeah, but it's gonna be a drought.
Yeah,
I don't even know when the next Star Wars thing is.
Yeah, it's true. I don't know either, but it'll be. At least we have The Boys to hold us over. The Boys is fantastic this week too.
Yeah.
Did you watch episode 5?
I did.
Now, they didn't address the one thing you brought up about last episode, how heavy-handed Butcher was being an asshole. They kind of dialed the asshole back, and just, like, I feel like the characters just kind of, like, went over it, you know? They're just like, I think it was more of, like, everybody was away from Butcher in this episode, kind of, you know, with, like, Frenchie in the hospital, doing his thing. You had MM kind of, like, doing his own thing, and then they convince him at the end. You're like, okay, maybe they're gonna work together, and then friggin' Butcher roofies him.
Yeah, like, he dials it back, the asshole, and then he just goes, like, it's almost as if he was holding the punch back, and then right at the end of the episode, it's like right to the gut.
Yep. But also, you know, MM didn't want to take the compound V, so he figured, like, I'm not letting you walk to your death and get yourself killed. So, I mean, in that sense, he was really helping him. But This episode they really put the whole strain on the relationship between Huey and Starlight, and he kind of like the end of the episode. And this happens in the comic too. The whole like back and forth of like, no, you got to be with me, not Butcher. He leaves and goes with Butcher to work with Soldier Boy, which that's going to change the relationship for sure. And then more just menacing Homelander this episode. God, that guy can act.
Yeah, like CEO Homelander.
Yeah. It was funny because he mentions like something like a bit or whatever, like looking at the budget before taxes, and he like pronounces it completely wrong, like to show that he's like a dumbass with that stuff. I thought that was good because he's like such a tough guy, and they're like he doesn't like to be made look like he's stupid. So, yeah, but also like nobody wants to go against him because he could just rip them in half. Yeah.
And we also got the Butcher sex scene with what's her name?
Oh yeah, with Maeve.
Maeve, which was the angriest sex scene I've ever seen.
Yeah, that's how it goes with Butcher. And then they put her away somewhere. She's in rehab, quote unquote, but hopefully we see her again. It would suck if we didn't, but because I like her character.
She's definitely going to come back for like the end of the season.
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't even be shocked if she's back next episode. Like if that was just kind of an aside. Maybe she meets someone in rehab or whatever the rehab is.
Yeah. The whole A-Train thing, I like that side story. With A-Train and Blue Fox, is that his name?
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah. I think that's an interesting because A-Train's trying to stay relevant. I hate the Deep character so much. And I know he's made for you to hate him. He's just so easy to hate. And any scene he shows up, you're like, this guy is just such a tool. Literally, like he's being manipulated. So overall, he's such a great episode.
He's like that slick preppy guy that like you just hate because there's something about him that's wrong. Yeah, and then what you realize it is that he's a fucking tool.
Yeah, he's a fucking tool.
Great episode though.
Yeah, great episode. The seasons, I don't know how many episodes are in the season. Hopefully like 10 or 12.
I thought there was 8, but I could be wrong.
I don't know how they wrap it up. I do like Soldier Boy. We got to see more Soldier Boy. I love that character. I like the actor playing the character. I think Jensen Ackles doing a great job.
Yeah, and just I'd be interested to see how they take the whole Soldier Boy thing and how that episode ended.
Yeah.
And if they really have convinced Soldier Boy to be the weapon against Homelander.
Right.
Or not.
Yeah.
And I almost wonder too if that's how they're going to do Herogasm. Is like they'll probably do next episode of like Soldier Boy's back, and then the episode after that maybe it's Herogasm, and they send him in there to be like, go play and have fun, see if you can kill Homelander while you're there, something like that.
Oh, because they talked about killing all the heroes, so maybe they send him in there as like he uses his bomb and kills all of them.
Yeah, there you go.
Right.
Also, amazing cameo, Seth Rogen.
Oh yeah, Seth Rogen jerking off. Yeah, that was wild. What was his name? Like Big Dick 79 or something.
Oh, it was Sir Comes a Lot 69.
Oh man, this show's off the chain. It's so good. Yeah, there's so many good side stories, and they're doing such a good job with it. I can't wait to see how the rest of the season for sure. Okay, movie news. I watched Sonic 2. It was good. I thought the reveal. I'm guessing they're doing a third Sonic movie with the shadow reveal at the end of it was pretty sick. I liked the first one more. The second one was good, but I definitely liked the first one more. And Idris Elba voiced the hell out of Knuckles. That was like the best part. Was Idris's Knuckles.
So they announced there's a Sonic cinematic universe.
Oh boy, of course.
Just I can't say it and not laugh.
Yeah.
Yeah, so there's a third movie. There's like a Knuckles movie coming out. I don't know. There's a bunch of shit.
Oh, okay.
The only thing I really liked about this one more than the first one is it did a better job of like doing the little Easter eggs from the game.
Yeah, for sure. Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I get that.
Even like, did you notice what the coffee shop was called?
No.
It was Mean Bean.
Oh. Okay.
And there's the game Dr. Robotnik's Mean Bean Machine.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, the whole like Green Hill and all that shit and the mushrooms and stuff. Yeah. No, it was good. I mean, they're still fun movies. I think I like the first one more. Okay, Sony this week gave us some more details about the Across the Spider-Verse movie. The details are related to characters and casting. We now know that Vulture will be played by Jorma Tacone. George Stacy will be played by Shea Wiggum. And the Spot will be played by Jason Schwartzman. So there you go, Chris. The Spot is going to be making his debut. Going to be the most important villain in the universe.
The world is going to know the glory that is the Spot.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
All will know soon enough.
Yeah, because they released a poster with the Spot, and someone in my friend group texted me, is like, "Isn't this the dude that Chris is always talking about?" I'm like, yeah, it is. That's him. That's the
Spot rules.
Yep.
It's actually a really cool character to do for this too, because of how his powers work, where he has like they go to his own dimension.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
So yeah, I think was it Jason Schwartzman is actually kind of a perfect person to play it, because he can play kind of serious, but he also has like a comedic background.
Mm-hmm.
So you can like quip and have jokes with him, but he can play like a really serious villain role at the same time. So I think it's a great cast as well.
Yeah. Of course. So this is, we've been talking about this Ezra Miller drama, and it's like, and now there's even more stuff about him with grooming a 12-year-old and all this crazy shit. Aside from that, Deadline has reported that Hollywood has reported that WB plans to cut ties with Ezra Miller following the release of The Flash in 2023. And this is like, they say like regardless of how this film does. And because like I've been seeing like pre-screening feedback that it's good. I've read like leaked scripts online because I do that shit to myself. And the plot seems good the way they're doing it. They've already gone forward with the Michael Keaton Batman, because I'm already hearing that he was on the Aquaman set and he's on the Batgirl set. So I think they're trying to change the universe for WB and then get the hell out of there. So they're not moving forward with him. And there's no word of recasting the Flash. But like, dude, Grant Gustin has put in the work, guys. My God, I don't know how many times we have to scream it into the ether.
I'll take the opposite role on this one. Cast somebody else.
Yeah. I mean, obviously, yeah.
I don't know. I have nothing against Grant, but like we've seen what his Flash is at this point.
Yeah. But we know he could be Barry Allen in Flash. I mean, he's by far not the worst part of the Flash show now.
No, not by far. I wouldn't mind just seeing someone new take it over. But like we said months ago, it's an easy fix.
Right.
You just reshoot the ending.
Yeah.
Like when he comes back, he's different. Ooh. You don't even have to explain much. Just everything else changed. Why wouldn't I change? Something like that.
Man, WB can't catch a break between like changing Johnny Depp's face. They, of course, for the Fantastic Beasts movie, they had the excuse that it's just magic. They don't need to explain it. Yeah. So hopefully they can just change the timeline, not explain it.
Well, yeah. So they took Johnny out. They got Amber, who doesn't look so hot right now.
Yeah.
And then this guy who's just like, I don't know, if he needs help, go get help. But like, the dude's a train wreck, and if I was a business, I wouldn't want anything to do with him.
Yeah, and like they're digging into more and more stuff in it because he keeps bringing all this stupid attention to himself. So he's like, okay, they're like, this guy's clearly not well. And now people are coming forward like, oh yeah, he hasn't been well for years. Here you go. Here's the proof. Like,
yeah, and I feel like he's been given more chances than a lot of people would have in his shoes.
Oh yeah,
and it's just piled up so much where I'm like, dude needs to go.
Yeah, he's got to go. Got to go.
But I will still be excited to see this movie.
Yeah, I'm still gonna find the good things in this WB Flash movie. Especially Michael Keaton Batman. I'm here for that. So we got to be getting a trailer soon. Like, isn't this movie less than a year away? Like,
actually, like a year from now. I think it's June 23rd, 2023.
Maybe we get a trailer soon. And
San Diego Comic-Con's not that far away.
True. Okay. Yeah, so hopefully that's the last of the Ezra Miller news we report on. so
hopefully the next one I get is this is who's taking over the role.
Exactly. All right, everybody, we're gonna chat with Blake McCarthy about Territory issue 3, and we'll see everyone on the other side.
And we're back on the other side.
Yes, so look for that Kickstarter issue 3. Check it out. It's a series that we really enjoy. Cool concept.
Live right now.
You're
listening to this. It's live right now.
Yes, it's out there. Go give them your money. Find the cool variants.
Do what I do and only buy the variants.
I think that's what I do too. Okay, comic news, everybody. DC has announced that Tim Drake is getting his own ongoing series following the events of Batman Urban Legends and DC Pride Tim Drake Special coming this fall. The new series will be called Tim Drake Robin. Okay. And will be written by Megan Fitzmartin and art by Riley Rossmo. Never read any of Megan's stuff. I know Riley Rossmo has really good art. I will not be reading this book because I could give a shit about Tim Drake. If that's your Robin, hey, that's it. My only Robin is Carrie Kelly, and they'll never do a book about her. So,
it's nobody's Robin. That's why they keep changing his backstory.
Yeah. Tim Drake needs to find a home somewhere.
Joking aside, yeah, I'm with you. I could care less about this. Tim Drake was never interesting to me. I don't know. He's the forgotten Robin for a reason.
Yeah, right. Yeah, it's they're trying to sell some issues, I guess. Kal-El is returning to the main Superman title this fall for a short crossover story with Superman, Son of Kal-El. The story will start with a one-shot special titled Superman Warworld Apocalypse #1, which the cover for it, go look it up. It looks sick.
Yeah, it's dope.
It's a dope cover. And then switch between Action Comics 1047 to 1049 and Superman, Son of Kal-El 16 to 18. This couldn't get any more confusing for anybody. I believe that means Tom Taylor is writing all of it.
Nope.
Okay, so that's even more confusing to me. I'm going to wait to see the dust settle on all this and then see if I can just read them all at once or just read the one shot and be done with it. I did fall off of Superman, Son of Kal-El. That character is just not for me. I prefer we talked about this. The young John Kent is like what we want. I don't want to see John Kent trying to be an adult. And filling his father's shoes. It's just like I'd rather read the Superman book at that point.
Yeah, I don't like John Kent trying to be an adult but acting like a teenager. Yeah. I mean, sorry, I think it's true.
Yep.
The other writer on this is the superstar known as Philip Kennedy Johnson.
Oh, well.
Because he's doing the Action Comics book as well as the Warlord Apocalypse book.
Okay.
This won't get me back in though.
No. Sorry.
I'll be back for the big rebranding of Superman when they give someone else the book.
yeah, when they give it to, like, I don't know, the first 6 issues to Grant Morrison again or something.
Yeah, because I was all in on Philip Kennedy Johnson's Superman, and then it like lasted 3 issues, and they're like, "Here's a different Superman." And I'm like, oh,
yeah,
fucking DC.
Why are you doing this to us? Now to be outdone by Marvel, DC is celebrating Harley Quinn's 30th anniversary this year. They have an oversized comic to go with it. Not to poke fun at it, but the special will feature some great talent. Stephanie Phillips, Amanda Connor, Jimmy Palmiotti, Stefan Sejic, Paul Dini, and more. So big hitters for this. I might have to check this out. But 30th anniversary for Harley Quinn. Is it something that we should be celebrating? Probably not. Is it something DC wants to exploit to make the almighty dollar? Yes. So if you're a Harley Quinn fan, this is huge for you, I guess.
I'm down for this celebration.
Yeah.
I don't know. 30 seems like a good number to celebrate.
Yeah, you have a point. 30. I'm turning 30 this year. I could sympathize with that.
Yeah.
Now, like when they get into like the 65, 75s, like those are weird, man.
Marvel gets a little ridiculous doing it every 5 years. And the thing is their entire universe was created in the same year. So it's like 80 different anniversaries every 5 years. It's like, okay, guys, like we get it.
Yeah.
This coming from a hardcore Marvel fan.
I know. Damn, son. Yeah. I mean, huge fan of Stephanie Phillips, so support her. And this they got a lot of talent on it. It doesn't seem just to be a throwaway for them. So
yeah, and we don't really read a whole lot of Harley, but they're doing like the book's going weekly. I just read today that like the next story that was solicited is the death of Harley Quinn.
Oh boy.
Yeah, like so they're going all out for that anniversary shit. So
yeah,
we'll see how it all works out for them.
Marvel has announced that in 2023, the Planet of the Apes will be returning to the comics publisher for new and reprinted stories. Chris, are you excited about this?
Yes.
Really?
OG Planet of the Apes, man. They're not doing like I love the new movies, don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
I couldn't get into the new like comics based on those new movies. This is based on OG Planet of the Apes. I am so in. If they get a good writer and creative team going too, even better. But I will check out issue 1. I don't care who's writing it, who's drawing it. I'm going to check this out.
Damn.
I'm so excited.
I know that Planet of the Apes has a big following, so I mean, Marvel would not do something like this unless they were going to sell some issues. So, yeah, we'll see.
Yeah, other comic publishers beware, because so far everything that Marvel has bought in terms of their cinema, well, I shouldn't say Marvel, Disney has bought for their like movie stuff. All those properties seem to be coming in house to Marvel.
Yeah, yep, that is true. They're probably testing the waters for another Planet of the Apes film. Well, I guess no.
Please.
I guess WB or Legendary did the Planet of the Apes films with Matt Reeves, so I wonder how that would work.
Yeah, but Fox owned the rights to it, so they had to have Fox's permission to do it. So they probably licensed through Fox, but now that Disney owns Fox,
I mean, those movies were so good, though.
They were really good.
Yeah.
But dude,
yeah,
if this is the testing ground for more Planet of the Apes movies, I'm in.
Yeah. We'll see. I mean, they'll do anything to make more money. Image Comics and KLC Press have announced that the latest Donny Cates and Ryan Stegman collaboration is coming to print at Image Comics this August. The new dark fantasy 90s inspired comic was a launching point for the KLC Press Substack. Yeah, so I'm going to be checking that out for sure.
Yes, and I didn't write it down. That book is Vanish. Hell yeah, I'm checking this out. I don't care.
Dark fantasy 90s inspired comic? Sure, why not?
Donny Cates could probably sell me on like, what was the name of the manga that one of our past guests got her started in?
Oh, like the Yaoi?
Yeah, like Donnie could write Yaoi, and I'd be like, "Well, I gotta check it out. It's Donnie."
I should probably try it. At least give it a shot. That's funny. Yeah. I mean, this is exciting. I love fantasy shit.
Yeah, I'm down for this. It looks kind of like the designs and everything remind me of The Darkness, which I'm not a huge fan of, but like, The Darkness was a huge property. And I think Donnie's got that unique voice where you can take those like kind of cheesy 90s things and make them cool again and do them in a new way that like actually makes them a lot more interesting than they were.
Yeah.
AKA Venom.
Exactly. Yeah, so that's pretty cool. We'll be on the lookout for that. Very sad news. This is way too surprising. Tim Sale has passed away at age 66. Way too young. I mean, if you don't know who Tim Sale is, I mean, come on, Batman Long Halloween. He did the award-winning Marvel Color series. I mean, he was involved in a lot of different Batman shit at DC. His drawing of Batman is super iconic. I mean, Long Halloween has been pulled on from almost every cinematic movie universe. That series is fantastic. I know Matt Reeves talked about how he pulled from that. That just the art in general, like those covers and the whole art for the series, is very iconic. Very sad, man. It was such a surprise last week.
Yeah, I'd seen that he went to the hospital for something, and then it felt like 2 days later I was seeing that he's passed, like he's gone. I was like, holy shit. The Marvel Color series, so that was a Daredevil Yellow, Spider-Man Blue, Hulk Gray. Even if you're not a Marvel fan, they're just amazing stories. They are all pretty much origin stories, but they're done in a very palatable way. And then Captain America White was the last one they did. But Captain America White was later on. The earlier ones were some of the first like Tim Sale stuff I read and I fell in love with.
Yeah.
Yeah, it sucks.
It really does.
And it's getting tougher and tougher every time it's somebody younger than my parents, man.
Yeah, I know. Holy crap. Like, that's 66 is a young age. That's crazy. But, you know, he's with as sad as it is, I think comics is such a great medium for artists and writers too, to kind of be immortalized through that. Especially someone like Tim Sale, who you for all eternity you will see Long Halloween in at least the top 10, if not top 5, like essential Batman stories to read.
Oh, every time a Batman movie comes out, that's like third or fourth on the list every time.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Like it's right underneath Dark Knight. I did a quick search and I couldn't find like his family needing help or asking for help or anything. But I mean, if anyone wants to search further, maybe something like that's going on. I don't know how well he did for himself but bummer.
Really big bummer. Okay, let's talk about what we read this week. I had the luxury of being in Boston this weekend, so I stopped in Newberry Comics just to grab some books. Picked up Jurassic League #2 because I love those covers, love this series. This is probably the most fun. This book was fantastic this week. I know you're reading this too. I love all of the most exciting part of this book to me is like the dinosaur hero reveals and villain reveals. Also, the amazing like splash pages like this, like Kaiju DC. What is going on, man? This book is so much fun. And then we get to the reveal of the big bad, or at least the henchman to the big bad. It's Atrocitoris. So it's Atrocitus. If you know the Red Lantern, the head of the Red Lanterns, but he's a dinosaur. And you have the Joker dinosaur, but you also have the Reverse Flash running him to Atrocitus. And the Reverse Flash looks like a turtle bird / dinosaur. It's fucking amazing. And then they said
Did we see the Flash in the first issue? Because I don't remember that.
No, we don't. So that was just another reveal. That was great. And then they talk about they're bringing back some big bads. So I really want to know who the head of all the dinosaurs is.
It's got to be Darkseid, right?
Yeah. Like what would you call him? Darkosaurus Rex or something. Yeah.
Oh, dude, if Darkseid was a T-Rex.
Yeah, he's got to be a T-Rex, right? Like they say, we haven't seen a T-Rex yet. This book is so much fun. The colors are amazing. The art is amazing. We finally got the Trinity teaming up at the end of the book to go fight the big bads, which was just they're doing a great job. Daniel Warren Johnson and Gideon doing the art, absolutely fantastic.
Yeah, I love that book.
This is a book I read already, but I picked up this variant for Justice League Road to Dark Crisis. This is a Chris Burnham variant, and it has Pariah sitting on the front reading, like he's got stacks of comics behind him.
Oh, a throne of long boxes?
Yeah, he's got a throne of long boxes, and he's reading Justice League of America, and it's the issue. The funny part is he's holding my favorite Justice League of America issue. I believe it's 29, where you have the crime syndicate on the front. That's the issue he's reading. So I don't know if that's like a hint at something, but it's like, Green Lantern versus Power Ring. I believe that's the issue he's holding. And then there's other issues on the ground. But Chris Burnham's art's amazing. And I thought this was just such an awesome variant that I had to pick up. And then Chris had talked about this. I found this at a local shop, so I figured I'd support Vault Comics, get this awesome hardcover for Barbaric. Chris was right. It is fucking sick. I mean, the colors just pop. Like,
such a good book.
Yeah. Hardcover's under $20 too, $17. So I will say this too. We talked about the Dungeons and Dragons like fantasy pub book,
Questicide.
I ended up getting my hands on a second printing of the first issue, and I don't know if you look it up, it is the cover to D&D, like the red. The cover art is like the red D&D like box art. So
that's cool.
I had to pick up that variant. So I ordered that. But yeah, so those are my physical copies that I bought, and then obviously I read some more stuff. But man, Jurassic League just happens to be that book is just so much fun. I caught up on Batman Beyond Neo Year #3. I know you read that, talked about it, really good. I caught up on Dark Knights of Steel #7, Monkey Prince #6, Thor 26 is really good, and then Iron Fist #4. This is actually really good. Alyssa Wong is killing it. I know I talked about this at first with her, but she brings in a couple more immortal weapons, and there's like a big fight with Iron Fist and his friends, stuff like that. And then we get some more characters coming in at the end and setting up like what the villain's doing, who the main villain is. And there's this Feng Ji is his brother, and so he's the villain trying to get the sword from him. It's just a great story. I would recommend it. Radiant Black, #15. I tweeted about this. Did you read this book?
No, I'm behind on Radiant Black.
Okay, so there's a QR code, and that's all I'll say. And you watch this; it's actually like the issue revolves around how Radiant Black is like fighting this old action hero and like an actual movie within the book. And they talk about it's like a fan movie, and then they have a QR code on one of the pages, and it's actually like you can click on it with your phone, and it sends you to YouTube to watch this 5-minute animated short. And they have Batman Beyond voicing Radiant Black, which is amazing because they talk about that in the issue. It's a great issue. You have both the friends, Nathan and I can't remember the other guy, the one who used to be Radiant Black and the new Radiant Black, trying to get along and find his way of like, okay, I can't wear the suit anymore, but the alien is still talking to him, so like he doesn't understand like what he's gonna do. He's like, and even the alien admits to him, I don't know how I can still contact you without the suit. So they're both kind of learning things. It also involves Ambush, the villain, and how she wanted to recharge her suit to like keep her, because she has that issue where she needs the suit to stabilize her body because she has like her own medical issues. And someone kind of shows up and says, we're going to take Radiant Black out, and I actually need your help, because they keep letting her get away. Like they won't like actually do anything to harm her. And that is all I read this week because I had some books to catch up on.
Let's see. I'll start with my physicals this week because I want to end on one. Captain America: Sentinel of Liberty #1. This is the Lanza Kelly Cap book.
Nice.
Okay, first issue. It's a lot of setup. Cap's gonna go live in the apartment he grew up in, get back to his roots, if you will.
Nice.
And then there's an attack on 4th of July parade in New York City. He fights this villain, and the villain tells him like there's something about the shield that he doesn't understand. I really hope they're not going in the direction I'm thinking they're going, but yeah, there's going to be something going on with the shield in the next couple issues.
Okay.
In the beginning of the book, they show somebody forging the steel back in the 40s, and it's two black guys doing it.
Okay. I see.
I hope they're not going down that route because it's going to be tiring for me personally. But that aside, it was a good first issue. Bucky's in it. We kind of get some parts of like what Bucky was doing back in Devil's Reign, and knowing that he has some sort of vendetta out for people. Moon Knight: Black, White, and Blood #2. Good couple stories. David Pose has a story in here, so that was cool to see somebody we know in it.
Yep.
Yeah, it's an anthology book about Moon Knight. A lot of stuff about split personalities and fighting bad guys.
Nice.
If you're a Moon Knight fan, you'll enjoy it. If you're not, you probably won't. Jurassic League. So, A Town Called Terror #3. In this issue, we got so our lead character in the last issue got into a bar fight in the town called Terror with this gang, I guess, called the Franks, and they're all Frankenstein monsters. And they're the ones his father made a deal with, so his father can come back to life. So he leaves after like meeting some friends and beating up this one Frankenstein, and tries to go back to his dad to be like, okay, I'll help you, but like you have to help me get the fuck out of here. And the Frankensteins find him and corner him, and that's when we find out that there's more to this guy than we know because he has giant like wings that come out of his back, and he's obviously got like some sort of enhanced strength.
Okay.
And he also flies up to the he figures, I can just fly out of here. Like, he doesn't like to use his wings for some reason, so he tries and finds out there's a dome around the town. So he can't get out. So that's why he has to go back to his father and be like, I'll help you, but my deal is when this is done, I'm done. I'm going home.
Yeah. Understandable.
Really cool, interesting book. I'm really enjoying it.
Cool.
I just closed off my thing. And then my last book is Mike's favorite artist of all time, Seven Sons #1, with art by Jai Lee. Yeah,
I was going to read that. Honestly, I was going to read that this week, and I opened it up, and I didn't know Jai Lee was doing the art, so I closed it.
I'm in somewhat agreement with you about Jai Lee. I don't like him on superhero stuff.
Yeah.
But I like him on independent stuff. And I actually really liked him doing Ozymandias.
Yeah.
I thought he was actually kind of perfect for that character. This is a story of, it's an alternate timeline, and they let you know that because at one point they introduced Jimmy Carter as 2-term president Jimmy Carter. And I think that was their hint to be like, this is a different timeline, people.
Yeah.
But at some point, this guy comes up with this, speaks to God and finds out that there's going to be 7 sons born at the same time, all by virgin parents.
Okay.
And one of them is the second coming of Christ. And then you find out there's this like terrorist group that's trying to kill the 7 sons, and they're able to get 6 of them before anointing the last one to be the second coming, the second son of Christ, or second son of God. And that leads into a whole story about what he's capable of, what he can do, and how the kind of the United States has centered around this new religion, being that it was predicted inside the States and all that. I really enjoyed it. It's a lot of it's a lot of Christian mythology stuff. It's a lot of biblical references, but I did really enjoy it. It's also like stuff that's up my alley. So. And I like Charlie's art in this. I actually think it's some of his best art, to be honest.
All right, maybe I will try it then. Just because you said
the funny part is like most of his characters in this are pretty good. Like He's always had an issue with a variety of like bodies and mostly faces, like face types.
Mm-hmm.
He does a pretty good job in this, but then like the Christ figure, the lead character who's going to become the lead character, has the Jai Lee face. And you know exactly what I'm talking about, right?
Yeah, I do.
So that's how that character stands out from everyone else. So it's kind of interesting how we did that, but
maybe he did it on purpose. Okay, cool.
Yeah, he had to have.
Yeah.
But limited series, so I think it's 6 issues. So I'll definitely stick with it. I really enjoyed that first issue.
Cool.
So, Mike, that's everything. Where can people find you on the internet?
You can find me at Fortress Ricker on Twitter. Where can they find you and or the show?
You can find me at Fortress Chris on Twitter, and you can find the show at Fortress Comics _ on Twitter, as well as FortressComicNews.com. Remember, everybody, to like, subscribe, share, comment down below on the video version of this, and to give us the 5-star review on podcatcher of your choice, or whatever your podcatcher does. Just do the thing that says, yay, I like this show.
Yes, do that.
And if you want to go the extra mile, patreon.com/FortressComics. Also, as we talked about at the top of the show, new merch hitting July 4th. So make sure to keep your eyes out while you're celebrating America's birthday.
Yeah.
You get some cool shirts. And that's everything we have for this week. I hope to see you all next week.